there's the $200 billion market forecast, but you identify 2 or 3 key factors about why you now see the commercial viability. What are those factors?
Hello and good morning, and thanks for having me on the show. AI is indeed getting very physical, and I think humanoid robots are at the forefront of this trend. But I think the reason why the proposition is changing and why there's going to be demand for these robots is because the demographics of the world population is changing. The reality is that humans are getting older. I think by 2050, the share of people aged above 65 is going to double. Also, humans don't really want to live in rural areas anymore. They want to be based in cities. But the factories and the manufacturing facilities are actually located outside of these cities, which creates a bit of a structural issue. And then let's not forget that workers' preferences are changing, so which means that there will be certain essential jobs, yet undesirable, which might not be filled. And I think this is precisely where humanoids enter the picture. I think they could be taking on these repetitive jobs, these dull, dirty, potentially dangerous jobs, augmenting productivity and producing efficiency gains for the industry as a whole.
The main players in this field talk a lot about the labor shortage, in particular in manufacturing and heavy industry. You're saying it's going to be a $200 billion market by 2035. In your research, did you have any sense of how real the market is today? How many humanoids are actually out there in manufacturing contexts around the world in present day?
The reality is that I think that humanoid robots are no longer confined to research labs. They're stepping out of the lab and they're getting into the real economy, into the real world. There are a couple thousand humanoid robots already deployed on factory floors, doing actual work in manufacturing, which I think is a natural starting place because these are jobs that are more structured, more easily defined. So it is the place to start for humanoids. But I think this is going to change in the next 5 to 10 years as the technology matures and as this market picks up space. So I think I wouldn't be surprised that by 2045, when we actually project that the humanoids market is going to be as big as $200 billion, that we'll see tens of thousands, potentially even millions of humanoid robots.
The supply chain for the humanoid robot is fascinating. I think a lot of emphasis at CES was on the breakthroughs in the models themselves, the ability to solve, in particular, the real-world data limitations. But you've got some interesting pricing. You're talking about, per unit, $3 million down to $100,000. The economics changing, $15,000 for a humanoid robot. What's happening that gives you conviction that you'll see that change in the economics of a humanoid robot?
Right. So I think that there are a couple of things happening at the same time. First of all, over the past 3 to 5 years, we've seen really significant breakthroughs in cognitive AI models. But it's not only the AI that is getting better. The batteries are also getting better, more efficient, more powerful. And there also have been significant breakthroughs in high precision manufacturing. And when I put all these 3 components together, the result is that the unit cost for producing humanoid robots is coming down. We estimate in our research that costs have declined by 30 times over the past 5 years, from $3 million per unit to $100,000 per unit. And this means that the economics are getting optically more attractive, the use cases are expanding, and hence I think that the investment opportunity is also becoming more real and stronger.
Right. Very quickly, Zornitsa, who's ahead? We have 15 seconds. China or the United States here?
I think it's going to be a tough competition. I think for the moment it's China. This is where we see most of the robots being deployed, but I think the US is quickly catching up.